Installment credit. You a boss, period. What's up, YouTube? It's your girl, Artist Gemini, and I'm back with another video. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about something important. I raised my credit score 42 points within 2 months using this method. Okay, it's not even a method; it's called LENDER, and it is a self-lending company that basically lets you take out a loan, and if you promise to pay it back every month on time, they will boost your credit score up so high, and even offer credit card deals, car loans, mortgage loans. Honey, the list goes on. So if you want to know more about what I got to tell you, stay tuned. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Bye, loves. Okay, so what is credit? Everybody always wants to know what is credit. So I'm going to break it down to you right now. So credit is receiving something of value. So now with a promise to pay for it later. So I'm going to give it to you. So let me say that again. Credit is receiving something of value to now with the promise to pay for it later. So that's like if you go to the store and you say, hey, I only got $9.95, but the bag of chips costs $11. I'm going to give you the remaining, I'm going to basically come back with the money, I promise. That's kind of like how credit works. They say, oh, okay, it's cool. We'll give you that bag of chips, but make sure you pay us back with that, you know what I'm saying? With that extra money that you need to pay us back on this day. So that's kind of what credit is, okay? Now, a lot of people don't know, but there's 4 types of credits. So what I have at this moment in my life is revolving credit and installment credit. And self-lender actually opened 2 credit lines up for me because I did so well with the installment loan that they gave me. So they offered me a second line of credit, which is a credit card, okay? So let me just read to you what the basis of each credit is, and then we're going to go into what credit utilization is, and then we're going to get into the good stuff about what and how I got my credit up 42 points in 2 months, okay? What's up, YouTube? As you can see, my daughter broke my ring light last night, and I could not record any further on. So I'm back today in the morning with the same look, same clothes on. Honey, I had to do this all over again, but I'm doing it because I know you guys are interested in this video, okay? So back to the 4 different types of credit. So we have revolving credit, we have charge credit, installment credit, and we have service credit. So going back to revolving credit is traditional credit. Basically, that is when you're given a credit limit, say of $300, right? And you have a limit on what you can spend. So you can only spend 30% of $300, right? So what you can spend, keeping that amount under your limit, preferably 30%, and it will increase your credit score, and it will roll over to the next month. But if you pay it off at the end and your account is at 0, then it will have a negative impact on your score because your account will look inactive. And carrying a higher balance amount over will look negatively as well. So basically, let me just elaborate on that, okay? So I have a credit limit of $100, and I'm only allowed to spend 30% of that. So 100 of 30% is only $30, right? So I cannot go over swiping my card over $30 a month, or it'll have a negative impact on my credit score if I do not pay it down, okay? So you can go over the $30, but you better pay it down as soon as possible to keep that under 30%. Now, when it rolls over to the next month, you don't have to pay off that card. You can roll over $29 over into the next month, and it will have a positive impact on your score, because that's why it's called revolving credit. It's like it's going in the door and going out the door, going in the door, going out of a door. So I rather have revolving credit than charged credit, which I will be discussing as well. Credit number 2 is charge credit, okay? So these are similar to the credit cards, right? But you must pay the total balance each month. You cannot carry over a balance. So you just have a regular credit card of $300, you swipe it, swipe it, swipe it, and you spend $250. At that due date, you better pay back that $250. Or your credit score will be impacted negatively, okay? Now, installment credit. Installment credit, now these are loans for a specific amount that you agree to pay back in installments, generally month to month over a set of time, of a period of time. Installment credit is like a car loan, home mortgage, student loans, or a credit builder account, okay? So going back to self-lending, it's a credit building account. It's helping you build up your credit. It's teaching you how to build up your credit. Self-lender is amazing, guys. Can't wait to get to that part at the end. Type number 4 credit is service credit, okay? Now, service credit, these are other contracts you agree to pay each month, like insurance, utility, cell phone, gym memberships. Now, not all service agreements are reported to 3 of the credit bureaus. But if you do not pay it on time, they will send it to the credit bureaus, okay? And they will report it to a debt collector, which a debt collector buys your debt, and now you have to pay that debt collector back. And it impacts your score negatively, okay? So we just went over the 4 different types of credit, right? Now, let's discuss how to build your credit using what I have, installment credit and revolving credit, which I use from Self-Lender, which is a credit building company, okay? So, using credit cards regularly and responsibly can help build your credit history, of course, and improve your credit score. Matter of fact, credit cards usage is so important in calculating your credit score that it helps make up 30% of your FICO credit. Now I'm explaining to you what FICO Score is, okay? The score, this is the score that uses all 3 accounts from all 3 credit bureaus, okay? Such as TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax, okay? And it gives you basically an overall score on behalf of all 3 credit bureaus, okay? So it's like the big sister to all the little sisters of the scores, okay? And your employers use this, landlords use this, car salesmen, they use this score as well to see what it is that your basically life looks like behind a credit score, okay? So, when checking your score, it's important to know your score. So you can go to FICOscore.com and get you get your FICO credit score, and it's not free. You got to pay a small fee, but I'd rather do that than not know. Or you can go to Credit Karma and just use all 3 credit bureaus, but it does not tell you your FICO score. Also, Self-Lender tells you your Experian credit score, but not your FICO score, okay? So, we're going to get into credit utilization. Credit utilization, pay attention. Pay attention, okay? So credit utilization is the amount of debt, which means the amount of debt which makes up 30% of your credit score. Creditors dislike high utilization rates as it tends to indicate that the borrower, which is you, might be in over their head and have more difficult time paying back the debt. It is widely recommended to aim for a 30% credit utilization. Your credit utilization ratio is calculated by dividing how much you owe by the maximum amount in which you can borrow, okay? So for an example, say a card has $2,000 total credit available. Then 50% of that is, $1,000, of course. So $1,000 is your spending limit. Now, to keep your credit utilization below 30%, you should only be spending about $500 to $300 on that card, okay? So, here's my credit limit, is $100. I told you guys this earlier. My credit limit is $100. I have to keep it under 30. That means I can only spend up to $30 a month before my due date. But I can roll over $25 to the next day because I have what? Revolving credit, okay? I had to make sure that my camera didn't die because it's dying, you guys. Okay, so now that we have the FICO score and credit utilization, now we can go into the good part about this video, which is how I shot my credit score up 42 points in the first 2 months of using what? Self-lender. Okay. So basically, I applied for the installment credit loan. Now, I didn't even know what I was doing. My man told me he did it and he was paying it and he was boosting his score, and I was like, I wasn't really paying no attention to what he was saying until like I said, he was the one that taught me financial literacy. And so now I look at everything at a financial standpoint. Even if you drive an old car or a new car, you always have to be financially literate, okay? Because if you're not, then you're bound to fail in the credit world, because credit is king and cash isn't. I don't know why people say that, because you cannot build a life just paying everything cash. You have to have some type of history of knowing how to financially move in this world. That's what people want to see, okay? So basically, I applied for my installment credit, which is the loan they gave me for $545 because I chose to pay $48 a month. Now, they have different types of payments that you can pay them back. 25, 35, 48, and 100 and 150, I believe. So you can choose whatever amount that you want to pay, okay? And with my $48 a month, I have to pay it every 10th of the month, okay? On time, no later than 15 days. Because if you pay it later than 15 days, it hits your credit score negatively. You want to stay in good standings with any credit building company that you're choosing to go with. I prefer self-lender because they accept anybody. I started off with a 493 when I began self-lender, because some girls scammed my name, opened bank accounts under my name, and my credit was horrible, okay? So I had to rebuild my credit. So now I'm at a 630. Hello, yay! So over the course of a year, I built my credit score up by doing these things that I just spoke to you guys about. And basically, I pay that $48 a month, and I just ended paying my $48 a month when I saved $545. Now, this type of installment loan, you cannot say you want to take some money out during the year. You cannot take any money out. It's like a savings account. It's like a piggy bank. You have to pay on time every month, but you cannot take money out. The only time you can take money out is when you're done paying that loan back. So once your last month is in, then they will ask you the option, they'll give you the option of either direct deposit or sending you a check in the mail once you pay it off. And I chose my direct deposit, so I should be getting my money real soon, okay? I wish I could keep it in there, but they don't have an option for you to keep the money in the CD-ROM. And with the CD-ROM bank account, it's like private people giving you money to loan to pay back in a CD form in the online universe. You understand what I'm saying? So anyway, when I was almost done paying my $48 a month, I seen it kept saying credit, self-credit card. And I was like, what? Are they offering me a credit card? Because you know how those companies, they'll just keep sending you emails. Oh, you got pre-approved and you never got pre-approved, and then you just wasting running your credit with these companies. No, it's not like that, boo. They actually offered me a real credit card, okay? It's my lending credit card. I was like, oh my God, my first credit card ever. I'm 26. I waited a little while, but I'm happy that I waited until I understood what credit is, okay? So I advise everybody to get a credit card when you understand what credit is, and when you understand financial literacy, and when you understand when you want to get a house, when you want to get a car, when you want to get a business loan. Then you start getting cards in that manner. Just don't get a card just to be getting a card, okay? No. So this is my credit card, you guys. They sent me, they actually, like I said, they approved me to get the credit card, and this is what it looks like. Woo! Go me, go me. Hey, hey, got a credit card, got a credit card, got a credit card. Okay, so this is how they approved me to get the credit card. Now, remember when I said the $48 a month, which is the installment loan that they give you, and you get the money at the end of the year, they offer you a credit card once they see that you pay it every month, okay? So what they did was they said, okay, you have $545 in your savings account with our loan, okay? So do you want to take out 100 or do you want to take out 275 to give yourself a credit limit? So basically I took money from my own bank account and I created my own credit card limit. And I chose to only do $100. Why? Because I did not want to go too outrageous with $275 and be out here just swiping because I know I got money on a card. So I just gave myself discipline and I only put $100 on my credit card, okay? So I took money from my savings installment loan and I put it on the credit card, and I have a $100 credit card limit with this. Now remember, you can't spend the whole $100. You can, but you better pay it back before the due date with the quickness, okay? Because remember, credit utilization. Keep that credit utilization under 30%. So since I have a $100 credit limit, I want to keep my credit utilization under a 30%. So if my due date is on the 25th and I have spent $52 on this card, I'm going to pay it down. I'm going to pay them a good $30. So then I'll be at a $20. I'll have $20 remaining balance. So then when my due date comes, I'll keep that $20 remaining balance on there and let it revolve to the next month. So this is where revolving credit comes in. Remember I told you I have revolving credit? This is revolving credit. And I have installment credit, which is the savings account. So two different credit lines that they gave me to help build my credit. Who wouldn't want that at 26 years old when your credit is horrible and nobody will accept you? They will accept you, okay? So down below I had to make sure my camera, down below I have the link to the company's website. Self-Lender is amazing. So if you're getting more hip to what credit is, I highly suggest that you do this. My credit score since the first beginning, I've had it over a year now. So this is going on my second year. And now I have a second line of credit with them. So my credit score has went up 101 points since then. Okay? So you guys always remember keeping that credit utilization, understanding which credit is right for you, installment loans, service credit, charge credit, and revolving credit, okay? So remember those 4 types of credit. Remember credit utilization, and remember, click my link down below because I got the juice, baby. A lot of people don't know about me yet, but they will. They will. When the financial literacy starts hitting the roof, they're going to remember, oh, Artist Gemini told me about that. Yes, I did, boo. Yes, I did. I'm trying to help all of my queens and kings get king and queen credit out here so we can be looking like these. I am not racist, but Asians, they have good credit. Do you understand that's why they have Range Rovers and Teslas and stuff like that? Because their parents taught them about financial literacy. it seems like the minorities, black people, Hispanics, they don't know about this stuff because they don't teach it in school. That's why it's so important to teach your children, if you have children, about credit and about the utilization and everything in that sort, okay? Teach them financial literacy because it's amazing. It's going to take them a long way, okay? So, thank you for watching this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you want to learn more about it. And make sure you hit that link in the bio to get that self-lending link, okay? Get your credit up, boo. Peace.